Hello. If you've ever wondered what it's like to go birding in Samoa, then hopefully this is the video for you. Basically, I was in Samoa for around a week, and bearing in mind it was a family holiday and my family are understandably not as into birds as I am, I was actually able to go out birding more or less every day and document more or less all of it. So here it is. So the first thing I tend to notice when I go to a new place for birds is what kind of birds are really present there. And here it was the jungle myna, the noisy myna, and the red-vented bulbul. So you'd see these birds just everywhere on the street, on the power lines. And it was actually on the very first morning we were there that somebody pointed out to me there were a few cool birds that were just in the garden of our Airbnb. So I went to check them out, of course, and saw this Pacific golden plover chilling out on the grass. And a few minutes later, this banded rail came along. And this little Polynesian triller was also there. Fast forward a little bit to the first actual birding trip I was able to do, and that was at the Botanical Gardens. And the first bird I noticed there was a Samoan starling. And a little way down the track, and shout out to my brother for pointing this one out, I saw this bright red Samoan misamela. Then we started hearing this cool whistling sound, which was coming from the Samoan whistler. Can you hear it? Then when we got out of the forest area, we ended up in the grounds of the Robert Louis Stevenson Museum, where we saw this flat-billed kingfisher.
Look, it's the kingfisher.
And then just as we were in the car park about to go home, I got a shot of the backside of a white-tailed tropic bird. On to the next day when we made our way to the southern end of the island to check out these lava fields. I was pretty sure I might have heard a fantail here, but didn't get it, unfortunately. When we finally did get to the lava fields, I was able to get a few shots of this black-naped tern. Now you can see me trying to track down what's making this whistling sound, and it ended up being the Samoan flycatcher. Another cool little bird. And then I was greeted by another Samoan whistler. The next day saw us checking out Mount Fiumoi in the middle of the island, where I quickly spotted this white-rumped swiftlet flying around. Now take a listen to this. This ended up coming from a Pacific robin, which was one of my favorite birds I saw on this trip. I can't tell you why, other than how photogenic it looked sitting on that branch there, but it was a cool moment for sure. The next bird I saw was actually a female Samoan misamela hiding deep in this bush, looking considerably different to the bright red male. Fast forward to another day and we actually headed back to the Botanical Gardens, and look what we found. This is a red junglefowl. Or you could say the original chicken. It's basically the species from which most domesticated chicken are descended from, and we saw one walking down the path. The next lifer we got here was an eastern wattled honeyeater. Check this one out. Now you can see us having a discussion about whether this pigeon I spotted is actually a lifer or not.
I don't know about that.
Unfortunately, there was a branch in the way, but I'm pretty sure this is a Pacific imperial pigeon. I'll throw up a picture of one and you can be the judge. A couple minutes later, I was in a new area and managed to check out this Polynesian starling. So that's different from the Samoan starling I saw earlier. And then, just as I was about to leave, I noticed this crimson-crowned fruit dove sitting on a power line. Now I must admit, I almost completely forgot to put this in the video, but we did actually have this eastern barn owl come and visit us on a few occasions. I wasn't able to get a photo, so I'll chuck one up here, but you can clearly hear that screeching sound as it's flying around. Here's a little interlude to say that of course the swimming in Samoa is absolutely incredible. You can grab a snorkel and go diving and see many different kinds of fish, and it was also very necessary to swim every day considering how hot and humid the climate was there. After one of those swims I had my camera with me of course, and noticed another Pacific golden plover on this rock. And saw quite a few ruddy turnstones on this field like this one. And then what happened next caught us by surprise. We started hearing the miners calling like crazy and flying away, and we wondered if they were flying away from something, and turns out they were.
Yeah.
All of a sudden this big juvenile brown booby flew right past us, and I was lucky to have the camera at the ready. And that feels like a cool bird to wrap this video up. And that's it. No big outro, just a few words from me. In case it wasn't clear from the video, I really enjoyed Samoa. It's a beautiful place to be, just like the other Pacific Islands, and if you get the chance to visit there, I'd really recommend it. As far as the birding goes, I really liked it there too. Yes, it's no South America, there's no huge comprehensive bird lists, but I found the birds that were there to be intriguing and unique, and I was happy to be able to present them in the video. I did see a few more birds that I maybe didn't get great shots of, or I wasn't able to fit into the story so well, but around 90% of what I saw is what you saw in the video. This is the part that everyone here says, which is, if you like this video, I'd love it if you gave it a like and considered subscribing. I've got a lot of footage from trips I've done recently that I haven't yet edited into full videos, and I really enjoy making the videos just like I really enjoy birding, and it would be great to know if there are people out there that enjoy the content as well. So thanks again for watching, and hopefully see you on the next one.